She is stuck in Dubai right now. Shanice, thank you so much for your time and joining us. I know we were talking, you went to Dubai to celebrate your 30th birthday. You were supposed to leave on March 1st. Here it is now, March 3rd. You're still stuck there. Where do things stand right now this morning?
Everything is very quiet in Dubai now. It's definitely quieted down. We attempted to catch a flight to London. Unfortunately, we wasn't able to take that one, but we are hopeful that we'll be on the next flight out tomorrow.
So you were telling me initially you were trying to get to London and they told you you actually had to have a visa to get to London. So at this point now you have to wait for another one?
Correct. That is correct. They had stated, I guess it's a new policy that London had put into place that now you have to have visas. So we wasn't aware of that. And so it's very unfortunate, but we were able to find one that's going to hopefully bring us directly back to the States.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that all of this is happening to you. And I know for so many people over there, they're dealing with the same thing. Talk to me more about how I imagine it's very busy and hectic in the airport right there now.
Oh, yes. So we actually traveled to Abu Dhabi airport this morning. We started our journey there about like 7:30. So we woke up about like 6 a.m. to get ready. But it was like a wave of people just came in, and I just felt like it could have just been a little bit more organized, but I understand with everything and the situation that's at hand why it could have been that. But it's very tense in the airport. A lot of people are trying to get out. A lot of people are traveling back to Europe. A lot of people are traveling back to America. So just being patient and just hoping that our time is next.
Yeah. How frustrating and how much of a headache is this for you? Because you were telling me too, your expenses right now are not being covered. You're paying for this yourself out of pocket. I know there have been reports that other countries are covering expenses, but that's not happening for you.
That's correct. We are covering everything out of our pocket, our shelter, our food. Nothing has been covered by the government. I will say they're very great at keeping us calm in the situation, but as in expenses, we're covering everything on our own.
Got it. So right now, at this point, you're waiting to see if you'll be able to get on another flight tomorrow, and that will bring you right directly back here to the U.S.
Correct.
Got it. Okay. We are thinking of you and all of your friends. I'm so sorry this happened on your 30th birthday of
My
our birthdays.
30th, it's okay. You know, it's all right.
Yeah.
You know, God has something better for me, so it's okay.
He sure does. Well, we are praying for your safe return back here to Houston, and we'll make sure we keep up with your trip back as well. Thank you so much, Shanice.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, what's going on over there, man, guys? I just want to tell Americans, no, this is she went for her 30th birthday over there to Dubai. Everybody want to go to Dubai. I know it's everywhere, but now you realize we're in a major conflict with Iran. That's the Middle East. All that is the Middle East over there. And you got to understand, you're dealing with a whole different culture versus the U.S. culture. And they don't operate the same as we operate. And, you know, this is a new developed country out of the desert, basically, truthfully. So you over there in that Middle West and things are going on, popping off. I tell my relatives, if you want to travel abroad, look at the situation, look at possibilities, look at everything that might happen, and what could you resolve it. Like I would tell my relatives, send a copy of your passport to the embassy, let them know you're here, let them know where you're staying at, your itinerary. It's like, well, I don't want nobody to know my business. No, you're in another nation. You better let the government know where you're at, your embassy know where you're at, so they can be able to help you and get you out of there in case anything happen, or they know what American citizens is there that they can work with, you know. So be mindful. Don't be proudful. Be mindful. You know, you got to understand the difference, because the real world, we're independent. It's not like the U.S. We have a lot of support mechanisms inside the U.S. Being that we're such a powerful nation, we have a lot of organizations, a lot of things that U.S. citizens got a lot of privileges that the world don't have. Although Dubai is a rich nation, it doesn't mean it has the same infrastructure that the U.S. that you're accustomed to. So when you travel to other countries, you got to be prepared for the possibilities of certain situations like this. On her 30th birthday, knowing that we're dealing with Iran and what's happening in the Middle East, I wouldn't have travel there personally because I know the possibility of something happening because each country has allies, enemies, and all this stuff going on. So quite naturally, when you're over there and you're dealing with a rich nation, so who goes to Dubai? Who imagines to go to Dubai? People with money, people that get well off. So when emergency happens, it's like being on the Titanic. There's orders, there are classism, structures, powers that takes precedence. So if somebody over there and they got precedence, the elite, the people that can afford to connect it, the network, they're gonna go first every time. This is the system. So when you're looking at from that perspective, you got to understand if you're over there on your vacation, you're having a good time. You got to be aware, especially when you know we having conflict with Iran. You know this happening. You know the Middle East is hot right now. So you're going over there and putting yourself in hopefully not harm's way, but there could the possibility of being in harm's way is very strong. It's a large percentage. So you're going to what do you expect when you go over there to Dubai when we having this conflict with Iran? What did you the possibility expect? You expect it's gonna be a good vacation? Yeah, it was a good vacation, but is the possibility of other things happening? Yes. It's like going here and everything's happening in America and coming here thinking you're gonna get out of a situation when we having turmoil in different areas, and over there is very strong what they having, what the issues they're having over there. So we gotta be very careful. I'm sorry for the young lady being stuck over in Dubai and have to spend her own personal money, but this is the situation. If she was aware of the possibility, she could have put different things in effect that could have protected her, but she didn't. She was going there to spend her 30th birthday over in Dubai, and that it seems like that was on her mind. But she seems to have to be positive on her. She seems to have a nice disposition and a good personality. So she's dealing with it the best way she can. But as she was sitting there talking about what's that country? London, England, talking about England and how she's trying to get there, and I could have told her it's gonna be. You're not the only one trying to get out of Dubai. You got probably 1,000 people over there trying to get out of Dubai, and they're paying like their way to get out of the nation, to get on that plane, to get back to some civilization in Europe. Some part of Europe where they could get multiple planes now. They can get back into a stronger aeronautical situation, infrastructure, where there's planes, other ways, means to get around into different lands where you could travel and move and get to other international airports. They have more flights going to different regions of the United States. So this is the situation you deal with when you go into foreign lands and you're not prepared. So that's why I always tell my niece and nephew, be prepared when you travel abroad. Be on top of your game. Don't be prideful. Be mindful. And study the area. Yeah, you want to have a good time, but you understand things can happen, situations can happen, and it's one of these situations that has happened. I wish her the best. I wish her family the best. I hope she get home safely, back to Houston, Texas, I believe. She seems like to be somebody important there in Houston. But either way, I hope she get home safely and had a wonderful vacation. Now she has some big stories to tell her family. Some things she showed pictures of her in the desert. She showed pictures of other meeting the crown prince or something or whoever that was, feeding animals. So she had some great experiences over there in Dubai. I hope she get back home and she learn more than that. All right, without further ado, guys, I really enjoyed this. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this commentary reaction video to this young lady from Houston, Texas that's stuck in Dubai. It's an interesting story. I can't say too much about that. I don't think she did. Listen to her. I don't think she did a full due diligence research on the possibility, knowing that we was in contentions with Iraq and all their allies. So, I'll let you know what's happening next time. Leave a comment, subscribe, turn your notification. I'd like to hear from you, and I'll respond back as long as it's positive, not negative. The comments. Have a wonderful day. Yep, this is a great one. Stay out of Dubai if you're not ready to deal with the conflicts, the aftermath of the situation.